Keanu Reeves' recent updates about the state of John Wick 5 seemed discouraging, but it also set up the perfect way for him to return. Ever since the ending of John Wick, Chapter 4, in which John seemingly died, fans have been wondering if Keanu Reeves will return to the titular role, or if the franchise will nominate a new character to take his place. Reeves is certainly a popular lead for the franchise. All the John Wick movies have grossed a combined $1 billion at the worldwide box office, via Box Office Mojo. Reeves' return would almost certainly be lucrative, and now it may be possible. In a new update about John Wick 5, Keanu Reeves said that while his heart wants to reprise his role again, his knees can't take the abuse of the stunt work. Reeves did turn 60 years old in 2024, so it's no surprise that his age is catching up with him. John Wick stunts are also famously very involved and impressive even for trained stunt performers to pull off. It's not surprising that Reeves isn't young enough to play John anymore, but it is disappointing. Luckily, his comments have also opened up the perfect path for John to return without ruining John Wick 4. Keanu Reeves' John Wick could become a mentor figure in his next movie. Teaching a new generation of assassins would let Reeves do fewer stunts and make his resurrection easier. If Keanu Reeves' knees can't keep up with John Wick, the simplest way to have him return is to put him in a role where he doesn't need to do wild stunts himself. If John returns as more of a mentor figure than an assassin, Reeves wouldn't have to subject himself to physically demanding action scenes. Teaching a new protege would require a bit of movement as John shows them combat techniques, but nothing remotely close to the stunts he's had to do in the past. Playing a mentor would be as physically demanding as roles such as Lawrence Fishburne's Bowery King or Ian McShane's Winston. The best part of bringing John back in a strictly teaching role is that it would work with the ending of John Wick 4. While the franchise would have to somehow revive John, it could do so without completely undoing his sacrifice. John could come back permanently injured. Thus, the sacrifice he made in John Wick 4 and his way out from under the high table would remain intact, and John Wick 5 could even use his injuries as justification for making him a mentor to a younger assassin. In one fell swoop, John Wick could open the door to Reeves' return and fully explain his mentor role. Ballerina already sets up John Wick as a mentor to younger heroes. Ana de Armas Eve will be taught by John Wick in Ballerina. The idea of bringing Keanu Reeves back as a mentor figure is so enticing that John Wick may already be setting it up. The next John Wick movie, Ana de Armas Ballerina, will see her character being taught by John prior to the events of John Wick 4. Since John is already going to be depicted as a teacher in Ballerina, it would be even easier for John Wick 5 to bring him back as a permanent mentor. Once Eve establishes her own legend in the world of assassins, it will be extremely easy for her to point newcomers towards John to help train them. There are also plenty of upcoming John Wick spin-offs that would benefit from having Keanu Reeves' talents. Donnie Yen's Kane spin-off could easily use John in a supporting role, and the upcoming show John Wick, Under the High Table would be remiss if it didn't at least mention the most famous assassin in the criminal underworld. There are also plenty of unconfirmed sequels that John Wick could include Reeves in. From films focusing on Mr. Nobody and Akira to the long-rumored Halle Berry Sophia spin-off, Keanu Reeves could well remain in the John Wick universe indefinitely.